Good morning, everybody. As you might see, we're here at Charleville Firestation this morning, and we're joined by a couple of lads that have, I suppose, over the decades given their life to the fire service here. On my left is Aidan Aherne. Hi, Aidan.
I'm fine, thank you. And yourself?
Good. Tommy Lane. Hi, Tommy.
Good, very good.
And Ken Edmonds.
Hi, Paudie. Good.
I suppose Tommy kind of probably been the oldest servant here. We'll just start with a few questions with Tommy. Tommy, what's the history of Charleville Fire Station? Did you remember?
I'd say it was put up in the late 40s, early 50s, and
yeah.
And, I joined it in about around 62.
62.
I gave them about, I think, around 47 years, but I joined it underage actually because they were looking for recruits at the time.
Yeah.
They changed my age, so I got an extra about 2 years that I shouldn't have got.
Right.
So I wound up give them 47 years to the community, like, you know, helping the people local and the surrounding areas and all that, like, you know.
Like, I suppose I remember, the fire station being up Smith's Lane.
That's right, yeah.
Was there by Mick Tracy's before?
That's right, across from the church. Yeah, before my time, yeah.
Yeah.
And where I have my motor factors now, that's where it was, and then it moved here.
Yeah. And you don't know, can you remember when they moved from Mick Tracy's up to Smith's Lane?
I'd say it was back...
in the 50s maybe or something?
Yeah, it was way further back, I'd say. What was it, say?
Yeah.
All they had one time was an old ambulance.
Yeah.
All they had one time in Charleville was a pump that they used to pull around.
Yeah.
And then they got an old ambulance. And then they got a trailer pump and they put it onto the ambulance like that.
Yeah.
They used to have to push it even to start it.
Yeah.
So things changed down through the years, like, you know.
They were lucky they were on a hill, so it's been...
They'd shove it down the hill to start it, yeah. True.
Ken, I know that you came to Charleville you came down from Dublin, did you?
That's right, yeah. And in 1980 then I joined up here.
Yeah.
I spent 36 years with them.
36 years, yeah. And what age were you, Ken, when you joined?
I was 21.
21, geez, yeah, only a young man, yeah. And were you working in Golden Vale the whole time, or?
I was for the first 7 or 8 years, and then I was self-employed then from then on.
Yeah. So I suppose from a civilian's point of view, like you had to be around the area, I suppose, to be working, so if you got a call.
You had to stay at that time. You had to stay within a mile of the station.
A mile. Yeah.
You had to be, and you were on call then all the time. Like.
Right. Yeah. And of course, obviously, there was no problem with just out the gap and run.
No, at one stage there were 6 of us down in the factory, so when the siren went, you just saw 6 of us running out the gate.
It's going to be closed down. Yeah.
But there was a good few of us down there, all right.
Yeah, very good. Aidan, yourself, when did you join the fire service yourself?
1988.
88, yeah.
I retired in 2013.
2088 and 13, so just we'll work that out. About 25 years of that.
Yeah, about that,
Yeah. And where were you working when you joined yourself? Where were you working?
I was in the Mueller side in Ballyhay.
Oh, Mueller and Ballyhay, yeah.
Side there.
Yeah. And of course, you used to carry the pagers.
Once they went off, we had so many minutes for to get down. Like.
Right, yeah. And what kind of range? Can you remember what kind of range those pagers would have? Or
how long would they be there?
Yeah.
They wouldn't go off in parts of Newtown, but they would go off they'd go off in Kilmallock.
Yeah.
But if we went back, certain areas were dead from the signal, you couldn't get the signal. But
right, yeah.
Yeah, they generally worked most of the time.
Yeah.
But you had to be careful, you go out of range very quick.
Right, yeah. Tommy, can you remember when the pagers came in? Were they there right at the beginning?
Oh God, no. We depended on the siren, which was on the old courthouse up in the middle of the main street in Charleville. Yeah. And you'd have to listen for the siren. Yeah. Or somebody might tell you the siren has gone off. That was the old way.
Yeah.
The pagers didn't come in, I'd say, till 80s or 90s.
Yeah.
And they were a big. Jesus, they were like a torch, a big huge yoke. When they came in, they were very awkward to carry them even. They were an old pie one, but then they got modern ones, smaller ones and all, like, you know.
Yeah.
They made an awful difference because you had, with the traffic and the television and all coming on stream, you wouldn't hear the siren anymore.
No, you wouldn't. No. And as you say, traffic and just all background noise. Yeah,
so they were a godsend, the bleeper.
Yeah.
So like
at the time, obviously they were battery operated. And like, any idea how long the battery would last before you charge them?
You put them in a charger every night.
Every night, yes.
Yeah, you had to charge beside the bed.
Yeah.
The older ones then had a little hood on them.
Yeah.
To try and direct the signal into your ear.
Yeah.
That's right,
It was a small hood.
That's right, yeah.
As Tommy said, they were very big, but They were awkward, like. But
Yeah,
then
yeah.
we had the last ones we had now are
The small ones, yeah.
you wouldn't even know they were there, like.
Yeah. Aidan, we just to talk about so the chat, the beepers and getting the call. Was it something that you kind of was always in the back of your mind, like it was always there, was it, when you were on call, like?
Oh yeah, you'd be constantly, and even after when you left here, like, to be still in your brain the whole time, like when you hear the siren going, you'd be getting a bit of a jump, like.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah, well, I suppose like in a regular job, you walk out the door at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock, you're the end of it. With
that's the end of it.
You were always on call,
to
really.
be stuck in your head.
Yeah. Even I suppose if you were on holidays as such,
even
you'd still be thinking.
Even at that, you'd be thinking about it.
Yeah.
Because something built into your head, like.
Yeah. And like Tommy, I suppose coming back to that as well, I suppose you were in the service, but like your families were as much part of it. Like,
the families are the backbone of it, really.
Yeah.
Because like if your family wasn't behind you, you were. You know, they had to put up with everything. They'd have the dinner up on the table, and the next thing you're gone out the door, and the dinner was left there Christmas Day.
Yeah.
It happened even several times that you would just run away and leave it the whole lot, like, you know.
Yeah.
You mightn't come back maybe until the following day.
Yeah.
So you don't know, like.
And
if there's a forestry fire or a thing in the summertime, you could be out 2 or 3 days and you wouldn't come back, like, you know.
Yeah.
So like the family have a lot to put up with, like,
That's
you know.
right,
Which is like, you know, they're like any fireman will tell you that, like, the family is like the main thing, like, you know.
Yes. Can you say you joined in 1980? Were your own kids at the time? What age was they would have been, or were they?
I was just after getting married.
Yeah.
I came back off my honeymoon for the interview, actually.
Yes, yeah.
I was over in the Isle of Man, and then I came over then for the interview. So we didn't have kids then for another 2 years. So But they kind of grew up with it then, like.
But they grew up with it then, yeah. So on any, even as you say, like Tommy was saying, any family occasion, like you were always on edge.
You constantly, if you went down for a meal or anything, you were constantly, and 9 times out of 10, when you didn't want it, it was going to go off.
Yeah. And then, of course, I mean, you might have a family left someplace, didn't you?
That's it. You're gone. Yeah. But they just. That's what they lived with it anyway. They got used to it.
So that's what we're saying, Aidan. Like families had to deal with too, and you had young families as well at the time.
They had quite a course. Like, you know, you could plan something for to go with him, and you just couldn't be sure. Like,
you couldn't be sure. Yeah. And when your lads were younger now, like were they afraid for you, or were they scared, or did you just think it was part of Daddy's job, like?
I suppose you just thought it was part of the job, like they wouldn't be thinking anything else, like.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be talking to them about it anyway.
You wouldn't? No. Yeah, because you would, like, obviously you wouldn't want to scare them.
No.
But I suppose a memory I have as a young fella, because I remember Smith Lane, but I don't remember, but when the siren would go off, and we'd run to the top of the lane to see Bertie coming around the corner, and he nearly sideways on the bike, lifting, you know, A lot of those older boys that have passed away since, you know, they gave a long time here too.
They gave years and years.
Yeah.
And as you say, there's a cycle down.
We'd
even a sign there one time outside there now where Robert is. We had a sign there, no parking of bicycles, because Hurley's had the cinema over.
Yeah.
And when we come down for a call that time, we'd be shifting bloody bikes all night, because they used to put the bikes here when they were going up to the cinema.
That's right, yeah.
And all the bikes were in along there.
That's right.
And we'd have to take them out to make room for the engine to go out. There was a sign there, no parking of bikes.
Yeah, they did. Even in later life, I think some of the school lads from CBS had parked and left the bikes there.
They would.
They'd be afraid they'd be robbed over in school.
That's right, yeah. They were safe here, you see. They give great service, the older firemen,
Of course, you had Tommy Ryan just over here.
Tommy Ryan, Shamie Coughlin.
Pat Simcox.
Coughlin, Pat Simcox.
Yeah.
You know, all of them down along. Denny Shorten.
Yeah,
you know, Mickey Flinger.
Mickey, I suppose when you start to think of the names, Aidan, even like some of the lads that you work with as well, they're passed away since as well.
No, indeed, they have,
A lot of those names, their sons followed them into it then. Like Bertie Curtin's son, his grandson, Johnny Ford's son, Tommy's son, my son. You know, the nephews, Jackie Hanley's nephews.
That's right.
So they kind of went through the family then.
Which is lovely to see.
It is,
and it's continuing the legacy of a family, you know, in the service. It's like, I remember looking at an ad a couple of years ago, and it was a surgeon, and he was talking about, I'm the last man that you want to see. I suppose in your game, no one wants to see either, really. In some circumstances, not all circumstances. It can be very traumatic, and you're there for people when they're at their worst, or they can be, you know, their family, you know.
Particularly road traffic collisions over the years have got, you know, with the last serious fires, with loss of life, but nothing compared to the loss of life on the roads. I mean, we were constantly on road traffic collisions.
And I suppose, Tommy, some, again, I suppose we don't want to bring a kind of but some horrific kind of accidents nationally, I suppose, as well, you know, like big accidents and big fires.
The biggest one I can remember just to mind was the Butterfin train crash. Like we had 18 lives that day. So, you know, like overall, as Ken says there, we had umpteen road traffic accidents. We had even 4 people there who lost their life there outside the town. Even there, going back some years ago. Like, you know, the amount over the years. You'll be afraid to see what lives were lost, like, you know. And there's no road accidents. Every one of them is different, and there's different families involved, and you know, it is sad, like, you know.
It is brutal,
You know.
Aidan would say from the fire safety, house fires, I suppose, I suppose just only my thoughts on it. Like, because of houses are safer now, they're kind of built better, and with smoke alarms and fire alarms, and you know, I suppose the devastating house fires probably aren't as many as they were years ago.
Not really, no. It was a lot of thatched houses one time too, wasn't there? And you'd be
Before when you had a house fire,
be there for a long time.
House confined to a bedroom. Because of smoke alarms and safety systems. You don't get complete.
They're much safer now, like.
They're much safer. Thankfully, And building materials are better.
Exactly. Everything, you know, it's way different to the old houses. One time the whole house would go up now. Kim was saying just maybe one room.
Sure. There's the difference. Just at the thatch house there behind the new town, just a week ago or a couple of weeks ago, again, the whole, because once that thatch...
You don't stop thatch, it doesn't stop. You might as well be putting petrol, just be putting water on it, it does nothing, like, you know.
I went back there, maybe 2 days after, just to see the thickness of the thatch once it gets in there, it was crazy. Like.
It's added on to then over the years, like, you know.
That's right, layered up.
So it just doesn't stop, it keeps going through.
And coming to the cars then, I suppose, like, we look at, I mean, I 3 young fellas driving myself at the moment, and you're going, Jesus, you know, and sometimes, you know, I'd be thinking to G lads that they should be talking to, to get a message across them.
They don't take any notice. No. Cars have been made safer, it's just the driver now, that's what they have to get safe now. Cars are way safer now, like, you know. Before, when you at the start, if you had a road traffic collision, the people were found on the road, they were just going straight out to the windscreens. So they between laminated windows and buffer zones now. But you still have to, it's still the driver. He's the last fella now. Has to be. You know, they've done everything else.
Right, So. And I suppose the cars have become faster, and you know, even a small little 1 litre yoke now go up the road at 100 miles an hour.
Because they're comfortable. Before you'd hit 50 in your car, the steering wheel starts shaking. Now they don't know what speed they're going.
And the roads haven't. In the rural areas, the roads haven't improved there. You know,
they're still the same, like, you know.
They're still the same, And
there's a lot of young drivers out there now, you know, way younger than what used to be, like. And there's all speed with them, like.
It is, I suppose the message is from all to slow down. Slow down. Because again, they don't want to be McNeil, lads. You know. No.
It's all speed.
Speed is the killer.
I suppose we'll kind of go into good memories in a way. I suppose good, like a good day that you kind of went, Jesus, lads, that was a good day's work, you know.
That's right, yeah.
You know, anything in particular, Tommy, that you can remember, you know, say, Jesus, like, I had a good day today.
Yeah, well, people, like, you'd often go to a house, as Ken says there, go to a house fire, like, you know, and they think the whole house will be gone, and the next thing anyway, we'd ventilate it, like, you know, and there'd be only a fire inside in the corner of the room, like, you know, and they'd be delighted. They could live away in the same house, like, you know, just clean it up, maybe one corner of the room, or the bedroom, or electric blanket or something, maybe, like, you know. We'd save the rest of it, and they'd be delighted, like, you know, and they'd be full of praise, like, you know. So we come back happy out, like, you know, and say, like, you know, we helped somebody today, like, you know.
Well, there has to be a feel-good factor about it too, I suppose.
There is. Particularly at road traffic collisions, because you get there and people are in a bad way, and just because you made a few interventions, and then the speed of ambulances and that getting down, You found out then a couple of days later they were flying it there.
Yeah. Without you being there, could have been a different outcome.
It would look bad when you arrived because you had people literally on the verge of dying, like, you know.
Yeah.
But because of the interventions you make, then you just it's a rewarding part of the job, really, like, you know.
Aidan, I suppose since you came here, the equipment and stuff like that, you know, the improvements on it, you know, it's a big change in the gear and like your own protective gear, and as well as the engines and ladders.
Everything is way better.
Yeah,
much improved, like from what it wasn't.
Yeah.
Crash gear was a box.
Yeah.
Now the crash gear is one truck.
Yeah.
The whole lot is taken up in
one side of that truck is filled with crash gear, and the one side of the other truck is filled.
Yeah.
Whereas before we had a box, because
just a few
people breathe through it. That's it. A little cutters. Basically, that was your cutting equipment.
Right. Yeah.
But over the years, then they really come on. Like,
what they call the jaws of life and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
They can just rip a car apart in your minutes now.
Seconds. It's amazing too. You know, you just take the whole roof off to extradite someone out of the car. Yeah. Amazing.
So
well, I suppose
good part of
then you have the air ambulance as well, like, you know, which is a great help, like, altogether. That can be on the way as well, you see.
Yeah.
The backup, the helicopter, like, you know, which is very fast, like, you know.
Yeah. It's amazing. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. How many current serving members do we have here now at the moment?
Should be 10 all the time.
10 all the time, is that it? Yeah. And the 10 on call, is that it?
You'd have 10 on call all week, and then at the weekends you'd have 5. But if you're around the town, you're going to go anyway.
You're going to go.
You're not going to be standing there listening to the. So they'd always have good crew.
Yeah. Excellent. I'll give this one to Tommy. I suppose there is a bit of a talk about a new station. Tommy, is there any truth to the rumour? Would you care to comment?
When I joined the fire service, and I told you when I joined it there a while ago, there was a talk of a new station, so it's still being talked about. I don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know. That's up to the powers that be.
Yeah. Well, I suppose with a bit of pressure, the powers could be persuaded too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a very awkward kind of a setup. Nowadays it is, in with the amount of traffic up and down all the time. Yeah.
Trying to get out and everything, you know.
Yeah.
Some people just wouldn't be bothered even slowing down, just keep going and everything.
Yeah. So a new location, I suppose, a more accessible location.
A much bigger station as well.
Yeah, like the radius that Charleville will have, like how far are you talking? Are you back as far as Kanturk, if you need be?
You could get to Kanturk, Fremont.
Yeah.
They're often called to Mallow, places like that.
Yeah. You know. And then you go over the shore. I mean, you go over to help out Kilmallock and beyond.
There's a set procedure if it's an road traffic collision that has to be 2 different towns at the 2 brigades. That's the way they work. So you'd often be called to assist Mallow and Turk. Tommy would have been in when they went to Todd's, Tommy, I'd say.
No, it was after that Todd's fire, the burning of Limerick, they called it.
It was
it was the pump there, and the
Charleville were the only ones with a pump.
With a pump that brought the water up from the Shannon.
The
Quinch Todd's, and actually we have the pump. We kept the pump. We have the original pump out in the store. Coventry Climax was known as.
Is that right?
It was the only brigade in the whole place that had. They were after coming in from England. These pumps, they used them during the war in England. And they were a fantastic pump. About what was it? Around 450 or 500 gallons a minute or something. Was it?
450 or 500 gallons a minute.
Yeah.
And was she a petrol pump?
Oh, petrol driven. It was actually they used to use them. They were in racing cars, the engine, the Coventry Climax, they were known as.
Right.
That is in a frame. You want 4 men to lift it, like. You know, they're pretty heavy now. And they were the only crowd that had Charleville had the only to pump water from the Shannon up for that fire. They were got great praise that time. But they'd be the older lads now, like. You know.
All right. Well, I suppose, on behalf of the people of Charleville, I suppose, and you know, like for your service throughout, I just want to, I suppose, thanks to all of you, you know, and thanks for your service. And you know, I mean, it's a great commitment and it's a great sacrifice that you and your families made. For Jesus, I'm trying to add up my head. I'm not that good at math, but I mean, between the 3 of you here, there must be over like 100 years or something, you know, as service, you know. So again, on behalf of people of Charleville, Ken, Tommy and Aidan, thanks very much. Now, this is Jackie Hanley with me. Jackie was a bit late coming this morning because he was above in the church doing his other job. Good morning, Jackie.
Paudie.
How are you?
Joe was going to call it.
Yeah, Joe, that's all right. I've been called worse. Jackie, again, we're here at the fire station, and again, like we were saying to the other lads, you gave a lifetime here as well.
I gave 30-something years, 40 years nearly.
Yeah. Can you remember what year you joined?
68.
You were in 1968. And where were you working at the time, Jackie, when you joined? You were in Hurley's, yeah. And I was saying to the lads, so it was basically you were just listening for the alarm at the time, like?
All the time.
Yeah.
Missed the first one after I joined, and missed the first fire.
Yeah.
The procession was on in the town, and I was up, got up New Line, I was with the procession.
Yeah.
And Canon Dan he was still on top of the town that time,
Yeah.
And he said, minute the fire brigade, he said the siren was going, I had no thought, with the speakers were all over.
Oh, yes, yeah. John Buckley, the speakers all over, yeah.
And went down the lane, and they were gone, know what to do, because my first day.
Yeah.
I went home, I missed the fire. And so did the fellow joined it the same day as me, Gabby Gamble. We joined the same day. And he missed it as well. He was serving above in the hotel for Irish, and there was something on.
Yeah.
It'll be a wedding or a party or whatever, but he was just waiting at the table, you know. He was there, he missed it as well.
Yeah, and with the noise inside as well.
The first day.
Yeah. And who was the station officer at the time?
Tommy Ryan.
Tommy, yeah. Did you get a ballykin off of Tommy?
No.
No.
He's only glad he missed it.
But I'd say you didn't miss many more days after that.
No, I probably got forced tomorrow right now with the kilo.
Yeah. And tell me, we'll say, when you were in Hurley's above, were you in the shop the whole time, or were you out around the town?
I was out around,
Yeah. So again,
I was back for the fire.
Yeah. Your Rob is just listening out for the alarm as well.
And, of course.
Yeah.
And he lived next door to me, and if he had it in the middle of the night, he called me, and if I had the night, he called me.
Yeah, you called him, yeah. Knock each other up.
That's right.
Yeah. As I've saying to the lads as well, I suppose, with family and stuff, Jackie, as well, you know, your family, Rob, is included in it too, because, you know...
Oh, they were later years, like, but I was only a young fella when I joined it, you know.
Yeah. You're only a garçon.
We'll say, wasn't it?
Yeah. But I suppose when the kids didn't, and Eileen and Rochelle and Ivan, you know, they had to live with it too, like, no matter what was going on.
It was all right. I know you'd hate it, and I enjoyed it. I don't having a fire. We enjoyed it, but I enjoyed doing the work.
Yes. But we were talking about that. I mean, there was good days too, Jackie. There was good days where you made a big difference to someone's life.
We tried anyway.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. And, you know, I suppose where people were at the most vulnerable, Jesus, like, you'd be glad to see the firemen coming in, like, wouldn't you?
You would.
Yeah.
Be glad to see if I keep them.
Yeah. And, but anyway, so any particular good day that you remember, Jackie, you could say, Jesus, you know, that was a good day?
Any day I got home safe, it was a good day.
Well, yeah.
I mean, you went up the mountain to Forest if I got inside it.
Yeah.
You went accident to the road, you could be knocked down yourself.
Yeah. I suppose it's a pretty good answer today that you come home safe yourself and you've done good. That's a pretty good answer.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Right. You know, it was even better if you thought you'd done something good for someone, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, making a difference. Yeah. Ken, I suppose we were saying that earlier as well. The day that you made a difference with someone else.
Yeah. You get great job satisfaction out of it.
Yeah.
But Jackie trained most of us in as we were joining.
Is that right? So, yeah. Is that you were the training officer?
No, I wasn't really.
Officially or unofficially?
Oh, unofficially.
Unofficially, yeah. So the young recruits coming in, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Gabe and myself joined it together, you know, so we were always very great, you know.
Yeah.
And we were next door, he was next door neighbour as well.
Yeah.
We joined it the same night, so I wouldn't have joined the tournament for Gabe, you know. Vicky Flynn, that would be a good team.
Yeah.
Like Gabe, you know, he was on to me above in the shop on that Holidays. Joined the fire, and I said, Holidays, that time, Holidays knowing that I never told him I was joining there, right?
Yeah.
And I said I will. And I went away, they got a letter to the post, and I went to come to a meeting here. So I had no one to come in, right?
Yeah.
And Gaby picked me up. I was coming in doing the cinema.
Yeah.
And he can drop me anywhere, like, no, Gaby. He was going uptown. I didn't know he was going down to the fire station at all. I'm going down to the fire station. I said, I have a meeting there for joining the fire brigade. I said, I got one of him as well, did we? He said, come on down, so I said, I will not, he said. So I eventually wound up here with him, and the two of us looking up, then 2 jobs going.
Yeah.
We got one each.
You got one each. And did I know you joined together? Did you retire around the same time?
Well, he was younger than me, you see.
Oh, yeah. So he got a few more years.
When he was 65, he retired.
Yeah.
Because I had to go when I was 65. I was 66.
Yeah. Just Gaby was some character, wasn't he?
He was.
Yeah.
He was
Great firefighter.
Yeah, some fireman.
Great firefighter, I like.
Yeah. He what would you call it, a natural knack for it, or bravery, or whatever?
He just...
Yeah.
He got stuck in, you know.
Yeah.
He wasn't afraid of anything.
Yeah.
Not like the rest of the boys.
Yeah. And Gaby wasn't a big man, like, you know, he was a light man, yeah.
Gaby get under that for you to pull someone out.
Yeah.
Above the blue line, I would remember the small window that side, he went in.
Yeah.
I went in and up the stairs now.
Yeah.
He went in the window, he found them first.
Yeah. Again, sure, that's what we're saying. So they were glad the Gaby was there to win that day, you know? Yeah. Well, Jackie, as I was saying to the lads earlier, thanks for all your service to Charleville and the surrounding district for all your service.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. But no, I mean, Jesus, it's fair credit due to you and your families, and you know, thanks very much.
Yeah, well, the families, but I had to go up for it, like middle of the night, anytime.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Very good. All right. Thanks, lads.